Hello and welcome to another episode of Hessy and Maven. I'm Justin.
I'm Raven.
You just made the weirdest little eye movement, like a demon. Welcome to another episode of Hessy and Maven. And this week we decided to, I wanted to get a better conversation with you, specifically on the pod, of course, about your upcoming trip to Australia that is happening incredibly soon.
Yes. Day after tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
It'll be the day after this episode comes out. Crazy. Yeah. But I wanted to talk about like the things you're looking forward to. We're having a lot of fun with the top 5 thing, so figured twist it into like a top 5 things you're looking forward to in Australia, and then. Since I'm selfish and I'm an attention whore, I can't let you get all the glory. So, but I'm also not going to Australia or traveling. So, what are top 5 things that I'm looking forward to in the summer / rest of the year?
For the foreseeable future.
For the foreseeable future.
Yes.
As long as I'm breathing. But more specifically, like this year. I kind of kept it. It's mostly summer. Some fall stuff, and then the year / foreseeable future.
Yes.
And mine's not in like a really specific order. Like I'll do them. Number 5 is this, but like they're not really in necessarily like a big order in that way. But anyway, so are you excited about going to Australia?
I am really excited. I never thought that I would be able to get myself there. It was always just kind of like a pipe dream. One day, it's like one of those things you talk about, like, I got to get there before I die.
Right.
It's one of those places that I just always saw on TV. And it's like literally the other side of the world, which is so crazy.
Yeah. The flights are going to be insane.
But I'm so stoked for the whole thing. I'm stoked to not be at work.
Bingo, bango.
I'm stoked to be traveling. I love traveling. I literally cannot wait.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. And I have to shout out Affirm, the company that allows you to get things and then pay them off over time.
Oh, true.
So I purchased my flight through Affirm and am making payments to afford it.
That's good. Smart.
I am grateful that is an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
Available to me. So.
Yeah, because flights are expensive in general. Obviously, like the only time they were cheap in my memory is like during quarantine practically. Where it was like some people were down for it and other people were like, no, I'm going to play it safe. Or like have you ever seen that one TikTok of the one dude, you know that podcast that does it on the street?
Yes.
Like they have a table set up and everything. Shout out to them. I don't know their name. 2 guys with a podcast on the street. Sounds like every other podcast. But they talked to a dude who is a big traveler, and he was talking about how he's like, it's really like macabre and morbid, but I go to places right after like a terrible event happens.
I've heard of that.
And like, then the tickets there are insanely cheap and all this stuff. Hotels are cheap, like everything. And I was like, man, that is a dark way to travel. Yeah, that is a dark travel hack for sure.
Yeah. No, that podcast that is on the street. I think those guys are funny. I saw a TikTok of them once, and they were like filming part of their podcast, and some guy came over to yell at them like, "Hey, you have to have a." He yelled at their cameraman. It was like, "You have to have a permit to film here. Like you can't record whatever." And really immediately, the guys in the table were like, "He's not with us." Yeah. He's filming his own thing. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Like, we're
just doing audio.
Together. This is just audio. And, like, the guy was like, you're not together? And they, like, pulled it off. And he was like, oh.
Yeah, I saw that. That was earlier
and I was
on.
like, oh, my God, how can you think on your feet that quick?
They probably had it as a plan.
Oh,
I imagine.
I would panic immediately.
Because I think if I was going to be recording and doing that kind of stuff in a public space, especially these days with people being like, you can't videotape me.
Yeah, I know.
Give me your phone. And just like people being total assholes in public spaces and a lot of misunderstandings of the technical parts of the law.
Yeah.
And like privacy laws and stuff like that. Like, it's confusing. I'll admit it. It's super confusing. Like, there are some times where like a phone call you can only record if both parties know that you're recording.
Yeah.
And then like with video stuff, it's like, I know that in a public space there's less rules and stuff like that, but then I don't know. There's all kinds of shit. It's confusing and stuff. But.
Also, really quickly, I want to talk about this insane story I heard lately. Have you ever heard of the man named Danny LaPlante?
Danny LaPlante? No. I don't think so. Okay,
I heard this on a true crime podcast, and it literally blew my flippin' mind.
Okay.
So in the 70s, they started with, in the 70s, this girl who's in high school, she gets a call on her landline, and she answers the phone, and there was no internet, no cell phones, no nothing at this time. So the guy on the phone's like, "Hi, Michelle," I can't remember her name.
Right.
This is Danny from school. I got your number from your friend Jessica. I saw you. I thought you were really cute. Like, I would love to like go out with you. And she's like so stoked because she's like, oh my God, like this boy is gonna ask me out. And she asks him what he looks like, and he's like, oh, I'm like blonde and tall and fit and
of course.
like all this stuff. And so he asks her out to the fair. She's super excited. The fair comes. He picks her up. She opens the door, and it's this, like, beanpole, super acne, bowl cut, like, no, guy. Yeah. Danny. And she's like, oh. But she's, like, super polite, so she's like, oh, let's go to the fair anyway.
Oh, no.
So they go to the fair, and they're, like, doing the get-to-know-you questions or whatever. Oh, and he asks about her parents. She's like, oh, my mom just died. She had cancer. And he gets, the way they describe it in the podcast is, like, he gets, like, super stoked about the cancer story of her mom dying and is like, oh, my God, like, was she suffering? What was her suffering like? What did she look like? Like, asked her all these inappropriate, disgusting questions. And she's like, all right, you're a weirdo. This is disgusting. Bye. Leaves him at the fair, goes home.
Yeah.
A couple weeks go by. Her and her little sister, they're probably like 15 and 8 or something. They're like, let's do a seance. Let's like be spooky. We're home alone. Their dad works a lot. So they're like, let's be spooky and do a seance, and maybe like we can talk to mom. Mm. So they go into their attic to do a seance, and they're in the attic, and while they're doing the seance, they start hearing like tapping, and they're like, oh my God, what is that tapping coming from? And they're really scared, and it's creepy and spooky and all this stuff, and they do it like a couple more times, and every time they do the seance, the tapping happens. So like, oh my God, this is so spooky. So then the last time that they do it, they hear creepy noises coming from their basement. So they go into the basement to investigate.
Of course they do.
And they see smeared on the wall, I'm in your house, come find me.
No.
And they
burn the house down.
Freak out. They run to the neighbor's house.
Some light arson.
Yeah, they freak out. They run to the neighbor's house. The neighbor calls the dad. And the dad calls 911. And the police and the dad go into the basement to investigate. They touch the thing on the wall. They realize it's ketchup. And the dad is like, oh, my daughters probably did this. They're upset that I'm working all the time and they're alone. They want my attention. This is just a cry for attention. They did this. Officers, I'm so sorry. This was just a thing my kids did. The kids are like, no, we didn't. And he's like, you did.
I hate that right off the bat.
I know. It feels like a very 70s.
Yeah, like, dad's just being like, you gosh darn kids. Mm-hmm. And being like, Dad, it wasn't me. There's seriously somebody writing. Yeah, it's ketchup, I guess, but what the fuck?
Yeah, so then...
And the dad just being like, I don't believe you.
Yeah. So then...
Okay.
So then a few more days go by, And then the daughters are home alone. The dad's at work, and the daughter hears like rustling upstairs. Mm-hmm. So she goes upstairs, and in her room, smeared on the wall, says, "I'm back. Come and find me." Blech. So they freak out again. They go to the neighbor. Neighbor calls the dad. Dad comes home and is like talking to the neighbor, and the neighbor's like, "Your children have been sobbing, shaking, flipping out. Like, there's no way they did this. Like, this is genuine fear." So the dad goes into the house, and he, like, goes into the room, and, like, in the bedroom, along with the smeared message on the wall, there's, like, her stuff is everywhere. Like, it's all disheveled. Like, someone ripped through the room.
Yeah.
And then he's starting to get freaked out. He's like, okay, maybe they didn't do this. Like, maybe someone else did this.
Idiot.
And then he hears rustling from down the hall where his bedroom is.
Yeah.
So he walks towards his bedroom, opens the door, and what he sees in his bedroom, there's someone standing there with their back to him, okay?
Yeah.
The person in the bedroom with their back to him is wearing his dead wife's wedding dress.
Oh, boy.
With a wig.
Yeah.
Holding a giant hatchet.
Oh.
And the person turns around, and it's Danny from the fair.
Yeah.
And he's got war paint painted on his face. He's wearing a wig in the dead wife's wedding dress, holding a hatchet. The dad, I'm assuming, implodes, slams the bedroom door, sprints out the front door, calls 911. The police come. I guess they didn't have a back door, so he's like, "I shut him in there. I've been out here this whole time. He didn't come out. He's in there." The police go in there. They look everywhere. They can't find him. And they're all searching around. And then they find a bookshelf that's a little bit pulled out from the wall.
What?
They move the bookshelf, and there's a giant hole cut into the wall. And they peep in there, and there's like a tunnel system throughout the walls. And they see like there's food everywhere. There's like the daughter's clothes that he stole. And there's like... he, like, glued pennies to the wall. That was a weird detail. There's, like, pennies glued all over the walls. He was living in their walls.
Yeah.
For weeks.
Whoa.
And there was just, like, holes in every room, like, peepholes, so he could watch them. Like, so creepy. So, he gets arrested for being...
They find him in the house? Like,
They find him in the walls. They find him. He gets arrested for being the biggest creep on the planet.
He's up there.
His mom posts his $10,000 bail.
Of course.
So he's on bail at his house. One day he leaves his mom's house, and he just goes and walks into the woods. So he's walking into the woods, and he keeps walking until he hits the first house that he sees.
And he's like, sick. I bet they have some dope ass walls. Like, I can't wait to get in these people's walls.
I told Alyssa this story, and Alyssa goes, "Where was the mom when he was in the walls?" Your kid is just gone for weeks living in someone's walls, and you don't...
Yeah.
Where were you?
Yeah. The one place you forgot to check. The walls.
Like...
Damn it, Danny, get out of the walls!
No!
Danny!
Also, this made me think, like... I don't understand, like, back then, how there was such a big space in the walls where he could just traverse from room to room inside the walls. I feel like now, like, in between your room and the bathroom right now is maybe, like, this. Like, it wouldn't even be enough to stand sideways.
It depends. Yeah, it really depends on the construction of the house, obviously. And then also, like, specific rooms.
Yeah.
Like, where you have, like, HVAC and, like...
Yeah, I guess.
Central heating and central air going through. There's probably a little bit more room to fit certain things. But...
Insane.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So, he's walking through the woods. He leaves his mom's house, walks through the woods. Comes to the first house he sees. Goes in there. There is a mom.
Let me get in them walls.
There is a mom.
Yeah.
This is the sad part of the story. There is a mom.
I'm sorry to make
And there's two children, like 7 and 4 or something like that. He kills the mom. I think he stabs her, and then he drowns both of the children in the bathtub.
Oof.
Horrible. Very sad.
Cracked.
And then he leaves that house.
Yeah.
He just leaves and continues on his merry way.
Right.
And then the father of that family comes home, and obviously that is horrendous. And then there's like they find out he's missing. There's a massive manhunt for him. And then they find him hiding out in a lumber yard, which is just like so fucking spooky. Like imagine just him like holed up in a lumber yard. But yeah, and then he gets arrested, and I believe he's still alive in prison. But isn't that the wildest story?
Yeah.
I can't even deal with people living in the walls. That's not the first living in the walls story I've heard.
No, I know. There's been a few.
Which is so creepy. It
is weird.
Yeah, but I had to tell you that story because I heard it and it blew my mind.
Yeah. No, that's fucking crazy.
Also, being like, I wonder what that noise is. Open the door. Wedding dress, wig, war paint, hatchet.
You know what's crazy is you've probably never seen the movie, but you probably have heard of it because it's like insanely famous. The movie Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock.
I have heard of it.
There's a scene where the spoilers for this like 1960s movie. The main bad guy, Norman Bates, dresses up like his mother. He has like split personality kind of thing. His mother was super abusive, and it like broke his psyche when she passed away. Yeah. So like he becomes her. So there's a scene where one person is going to check on the house. Okay. And he comes out wearing not a wedding dress, but like has a wig on. And is wearing like a nightgown and has an axe.
Oh my god.
And like hits that person square in the fucking chest and they like fall downstairs. It's fucking brutal.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, because like there's like scenes earlier on before you really like, if you've heard of the story, then you're watching the movie and you immediately know this is a bad guy. But like if you don't know, if you go into that headspace, there's parts where you're like, okay, this guy is creepy as fuck. He's a perv, probably, but whatever. And then there's like his house. Like he doesn't live at the motel. He has his house is a little bit up the hill, and you can see his mom in the window, but it's a silhouette. And you eventually like one of the people towards the end like goes and finds the mother and like turns around and it's like a fucking corpse that's like mummified.
Yeah.
And then like she of course quick turns around and there's Norman Bates dressed up like the mom. But he gets stopped towards the end.
This is a Criminal Minds episode. Very similar to a Criminal Minds episode.
Of course. Criminal Minds gets all their ideas from real shit. But same with Law and Order.
I love it.
Is like, oh, Michael Jackson did what? We'll do an episode like that.
Jack Michelson?
I think so. No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting it to go that way. But it did. All right. Cool. So let's get into our lists of things that we're looking forward to. Yours specifically to Australia, and mine to the remainder of the summer and 2023. Okay. Why don't you kick us off? You're going to Australia. I'm really excited. I want to hear the things that you're looking forward to.
Flying.
Really?
I love flying.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I might be in the minority, but I really do love it.
That's awesome.
I love that it puts me in a space where, like, I'm not going to scroll TikTok. I'm not going to scroll Instagram.
True.
I am not going to, like, walk around and go to Target and distract myself from anything. It's true. Puts me in a space where I'm like, you brought this book to read, and you're going to read this book.
Yeah.
Because you're planted here for a while.
Yeah. And, like, if you go on your phone too much, it will die.
Yeah.
And then you have several options, and none of them are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very lucky because I brought, like, when I did my California, from New Jersey to Las Vegas to California, my laptop can charge. Yeah. So, like, I am on Spirit, so fucking, I'm not using my laptop. I can barely fit it on my goddamn lap. Yeah. Doesn't fit on the thing in front of me. And if I do put it on the little pull-out tray, my screen is like this.
Yep.
Because it's the person in front of me is leaning back.
Yeah.
But luckily I was able to just like plug my phone in, and that was huge.
Yeah. I'm hoping my flights will have at least USB ports or phone chargers. Like
sometimes they do.
My
that
flight
blows me away.
to
I'm
Hawaii
so used to Spirit.
had USB ports, so I could plug my phone in. Yeah. But I have I think I have 7 movies downloaded on Netflix on my iPad. That way I have movies to watch.
Cool.
I am also hoping my flight from Canada to Sydney has the in-seat screen. But if it doesn't, I do have those movies downloaded. I also downloaded 10 episodes of a true crime series called My Lover, My Killer.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that pop up.
So I have those. I'm bringing 2 books. One is very large. And I just like it. I like settling into my seat, getting into the air, and then being like, all right, now you're going to sit here and you're going to read.
Do you know if you where you're sitting on the plane?
No.
Oof. Okay.
I know. I booked my flight quite late, so it didn't allow me to choose my seats.
Interesting. Okay.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not super worried about it, but I do love flying. I'm flying on airlines I've never flown on before. So I'm going to be...
I also like flying.
I very much enjoy it. The only stressful part, I don't like I hate going through security. I know, but I don't think anybody really loves it. But that's the anxiety-inducing part for me is I don't like going through security. Even though I feel very confidently that I followed all of the rules they want me to follow.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're going to stop me and be like, I'm sorry, this is 4 ounces, flight canceled.
I know, right?
And that's what I anticipate happening.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, right to jail.
Right to
that's the anxiety.
Lotion, right to jail.
That I have with me.
Water bottle,
even
believe it or not, right to
I'm
jail.
the type of person who, one time I went to a Disney park and I brought a backpack, and my backpack I had packed before that for something else, and there was a pair of scissors in there from some crafting thing I did. And the security guard was like, you can't have these. And I was like, throw them away.
Yep.
Put them in the garbage. I'll buy new scissors. I don't need them. I'm never the type to be like, no, I got to go back to the car. Let me put that. I'm throwing in the garbage.
Right.
Whatever is most convenient for me at that time, just do it.
Yeah. 100%.
I'll take care of it. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it when I need scissors.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my airlines that I'm flying on are Air Canada, Jetstar Airways, Virgin Australia, and then Air Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've never flown on any of those airlines before.
Fun.
I'm excited. But yeah, that's my number 5 thing.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah, I like flying also. The only thing I didn't like about flying was spending overnight in a airport.
Oh, I think it might happen to me too.
That was the only thing I hated was landing in Las Vegas airport at 1 a.m. and not having a flight until 8 a.m. And
yeah, it happens to me too. When I'm coming home, my flight from Sunshine Coast to Sydney is at 5:10 p.m. I land in Sydney at 6:45 p.m. And then my flight out of Sydney is the next day at 9:30 a.m. So from 6:45 to 9:30, I am in the airport. But I'm hoping to get dinner in the airport that night. I've always wanted to eat at one of the actual restaurants in a airport before. I've never done it.
Yeah.
Because anytime we're ever in the airport...
Usually you don't have enough time.
Or you're with people that are like, it's too expensive, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Which I get. But
of course,
it is something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I am.
Trust me, when I was at the San Francisco airport, and I don't know the specific names of these airports, but you know what I mean.
That's fine.
The big San Francisco one, there was a million places I could have eaten, and none of they had chain restaurants, but you didn't have to go to a chain restaurant. They had so many options, and it was just oh my god. The biggest downside for the Las Vegas one was there's slot machines everywhere all the lights are on. The slot machines are making lots of noise.
Yeah.
Impossible to sleep.
Yeah.
I feel awkward sleeping in public. I feel a little nervous because, like, I'm sleeping. What if somebody just walks up to me and is like, stab?
Yoink. Oh.
Stab? Just a quick stab? Yeah. Probably more likely that they would just steal something as opposed to murder me, but whatever. Yeah. But I do like flying, though, in general.
I love it. Okay. Your turn.
All right. So, my number 5, I'll start off with my, like, very long-term, it's not super specific to this year. It's a life goal, let's say, for my 30s. I could even go that far. There was a time in my life when I loved fitness. I was all about it. I loved working out. I loved talking about it. I like looked forward to working out. It always made me feel really good. And I really want to get back to that, to where I don't want it to feel like a chore, you know? Like, I don't want it to be like, ugh, I have to work out. Like, I have to exercise. I don't want it to be like that. I wanted it to be like, oh, hell yeah, dude, I'm going to do my workout today, and it's going to be like this, and whatever. And, like, tomorrow I get to do this, and, like, have it be fun and interesting and not boring and painful and excruciating. Like, I want it to be good. Now, it's not just get back into fitness. That is the path of which my goal must travel. Or in order to get to my goal, I must travel the road of fitness. My goal is I want to join an adult soccer team. Like, for rec, not like, I ideally it would be like pretty, not competitive. Like, I don't expect it to be like experts or professionals or anything like that. But I don't want it to be like, hey, we're just having a good time, I'm drunk. Like, no, I want to take it seriously, but also like want to have fun and everything, you know? But yeah, I want to join like an adult soccer league.
Are they around here? Have you looked it up?
I haven't specifically looked it up because I wouldn't be able to play soccer for more than 5 minutes at this point. So it's like not even something that I even want. I like looking it up maybe, but like
just to see
I'm
if
like
exists.
If I trained every single day,
yeah,
I'm like 6 months away from actually being able to keep up.
Yeah,
because I don't want to suck.
Okay.
I know that I have it up here. I have the brains of like soccer still. Like having a lot of just techniques and like knowing the field and stuff. And I think I have a decent amount of skill. But what I lack is the physicality. Like I lack the stamina.
Right.
And I get fatigued very easily and stuff like that. So those are the things I need to build up.
Like I think get fit towards this goal.
As opposed to just working out because like it's good for you.
Yeah.
Or like I want a 6-pack. I don't give a fuck about a 6-pack. I've given up on that fucking dream. Yeah. Like I don't care about that. But yeah, I that's really it. I love soccer so much.
Yeah.
Right now the U20 FIFA World Cup is going on. I said it on the last podcast, I think, obsessed with Ted Lasso and that show. That kind of reinvigorated some of my soccer love, my football love. And I love it so much. And it's just like, there's like a really simple scene in Ted Lasso where like there's 3 people and they're side characters. I couldn't even tell you their names. It comes up once or twice, but barely. You don't really need to know their names. And they're just these really intense. The team's called Richmond. They're really intense Richmond fans who always chill at this one pub, and it's the pub that's like literally a 2-second walk from Ted Lasso's apartment. Yeah. So like he always goes there. So like when he first starts, they're the ones who are like, "Oi, wanker, go back to me." And then like they slowly warm up on him and stuff, and then like they become closer and closer and stuff. And then there's an episode where they hang out with Coach Beard, and at the end of their drunken night, he gives them a piece of paper and he's like, "Go see Renee, tell him Coach Beard said it's okay," and gives them a little note. They go to this random address. It's really spooky. Like you hear dogs barking, and it's like it looks like they're gonna get shivved at any second. And then there's just this door, and it's the address that he said, and it has spray painted no entry. And they're like, oh my God, like, is this it? Like, you knock. No, you knock. And they knock. And this very old man comes to the door and is like, what do you want? And they're like, we're friends with Coach Beard. He said it was okay. And he gives them the note. And the old man just takes from inside the crack of the door, like, takes a phone off the wall and goes, turn them on. Follow me. And then they go down this long tunnel, and it's spooky. You have no idea what's going to happen. And it's like this secret tunnel that leads to the Richmond Stadium and, like, the soccer field. So now they turn, when he said turn them on, he meant the lights.
Yeah.
And now they're on the pitch, which is what they call the field. That they love, and it's just the three of them, and they take their jackets off, and they're wearing Richmond jerseys, and of course there's a soccer ball just chilling on the field, which there never would be, but of course there is. And so then the three of them just go around, like, one of them pretends to be the goalie, and they shoot, and they do little plays and stuff, and I was just like, to me that is so much fun. Like, just
cute
having, like, little soccer thing with your friends where it's not necessarily super competitive, and it's just like,
we should go to a soccer
one person
field
is going to
and
shoot,
I'll
and
be
one
the
person
goalie, and then you just try to score. You won't, because I'm the best goalie that ever was, but
ever was or ever will be.
Ever will be.
Yeah.
But that would be fun.
I would love that.
Yeah. I'll buy knee pads.
You'll need them.
And elbow pads so I can really get into it.
Yeah. And you're gonna need gloves.
Yeah.
Maybe goggles.
Definitely goggles. Yeah.
Because if you wear your glasses, not a good idea.
I've got soap making safety goggles in my car.
There you go. Good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's I'll say that's my number 5.
Great.
Is getting fit enough to play soccer.
Great.
At a like completely amateur recreational level.
Yeah.
But on a team that actually, like, wants to win.
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thanks.
My number 4 is staying in a hotel.
Okay.
I love hotels.
I feel like
my
these
first
aren't
3
Australian
of these,
specific.
They're not Australian specific. I could have gone down the road to do the first 3 of these. But I'm so excited nonetheless. They're my favorite parts of vacation. I love staying in hotels so much. I love everything about hotels.
Yeah.
I love having a clean room with, like, the pristine white bedding all to myself. I'm hoping I can take a bath.
Yeah.
I'd love to take baths. I'm right on the water, so I will be able to walk to the beach.
That's cool.
Right, a 2-minute walk from my hotel is a cafe called the Sicily Cafe that has authentic Italian pastries and coffee, and I plan to probably go there every morning.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll have bombolino.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's like an Italian donut
I'll send
filled
updates.
with cream or jelly.
But
really good.
I'm so stoked. I love hotels. I can't wait to stay. I can't wait to be in a hotel. Yeah.
Hotels are great.
I'm stoked.
Hotels are great.
It's a Ramada. I am
clean.
team hotel versus team Airbnb. 100%. Might be controversial, but it is what it is.
I respect it.
I just love everything. I love walking into a hotel lobby.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I lived in a hotel for a month.
You sure did.
Wasn't mad.
No, I bet not.
I watched a lot of Crocodile Hunter during that time.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I watched, like, episode by episode through the seasons.
That's good.
It was amazing.
That's really good. Mm-hmm. Hotels are great. I am only team Airbnb if you're in a specific type of group that you're splitting it, and it is an important part of the experience. You know what I mean? It needs to be worth it.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to I'm going to Aspen, and it's a beautiful log cabin in the mountains.
Yes.
That
it
makes
adds
sense.
to the vibe.
Yeah. I'm going to Cape Cod, and it's this beautiful sea house.
Cottage.
Yeah. There are times when it's cool.
Yes.
Right? Like, I'm going to Rome, and I'm living in this beautiful fucking thing. There are times. But I feel like Airbnb as of late has gotten fucking wackadoo with
and I
some
feel
of
like
their
Airbnb's
policies and fees and stuff. Like, you could stay one night and they're like $200 cleaning fee, and you're like, excuse me?
Yes. And I feel like Airbnbs are more appropriate when you're in a big group.
That's
so
what
you're
I
all
mean,
staying in one spot. So if I was in a big group, it would be more applicable. But just for me, I'm hotels all the way.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do I would never do an Airbnb by myself.
Yeah. I'm not trying to deal with these girls on TikTok who are like, put your finger up against the mirror. If it's doubled, that means someone's looking at you from the other side, or some crazy shit like that. I'm like, oh, please.
That's insane.
I'll stay at the Ramada. Thank you.
Yeah, big time.
But yeah, that's my number 4.
There you go. My number 4 is food based. Little broad. I went kind of broad with some of these other ones. Just today we were driving through Beechwood, passed by a Puerto Rican cuisine place called Carmen's Cocina. Cocina. And
are you gonna go there?
Dude, I love Puerto Rican food. I love Puerto Rican food so much. Here's my thing though. It's both a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing, their menu is small. There are not many options. You're either getting beef or chicken empanadas, white rice, yellow rice with peas, or white rice with beans, or just beans. And then they have sweet and savory plantains, and roasted pork or fried chicken. And then they have like a beef stew, and like that's it.
Yeah.
And that's the entire menu, and then you just kind of mix and match certain things. But so the downside is, of course, I wish there were more options. But the upside, that means they're crushing these options. You know what I mean? Like they're really like specializing in only these things.
Yeah.
They're probably out of the fucking park, I would like to assume. The last time I had Puerto Rican food, they had mofongo, and they had like different plantain options other than just tostones, because I don't really like sweet plantains personally, but I'll fuck up some tostones. But tostones. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because I want to try that place, and I just want to also like look around and find cool places, like find some cool places in Seaside and check it out, and eat at some different small mom and pop hole in the wall places. One example, which I just found out today, is coming back after a terrible accident, is a place, a staple. If you're familiar with Bayville or Beechwood, New Jersey, you have heard of this place, unless you're like Gen Z and then maybe you haven't been born yet. But like, it's called Wonder Wiener. Wonder Wiener. It's Wonder with a W. W-U-N-D-E-R, I should say, not a W. I meant to say with a U.
Yeah.
I said W, and of course Wonder has a W. Fucking Justin. But yeah, they do hot dogs and French fries and sausages and stuff like that, and it's just fucking amazing. And it's like, it was this little tiny roadside.
It looks like a shed. It's like a shed with a,
looks like
with
a
window that opens that you can order at.
Yeah, it was very, very small. And it would only be like 2 people inside usually. And you would just park on the side of the road, or there's like, it's where the Thunder Bowl used to be. So like at the time it was really easy because it was just a fucking vacant lot. But you would just pull in, get out of your car, wait in line, be like, hey, yeah, I just want 3 hot dogs with spicy brown mustard, or 3 chili dogs, or let me get an Italian hot dog, let me get a thing of French fries, whatever it is, right?
Yes.
And then you just chill and wait. They call your name, you get it, and go. And it's so simple. It's nothing special. But
they had good French fries.
The French fries were amazing. Little fork. They do the Italian hot dog thing with like the big, it's almost like a pita bread. And it has like a long sausage in it. And then it has like French fries, peppers, and onions like all in it.
Yeah. Pretty
good. But I honestly would just fuck with the hot hot dogs. I love hot dogs. They're the best.
A lot of people do.
I love them so much. And I'm a Sabrett guy, so I love Sabrett hot dogs. And that's what this place always did, was Sabrett hot dogs. And they must have, like, steamed the buns or something, because it was always, like, you would get it and it would be wrapped in foil. And when you would undo it, the bread was so soft and, like, spongy, but it was good. And then just spicy brown mustard on a hot dog is so good. But then you can get a little crazy with it. You could add some onions. You could do some chili and onions, whatever you wanted to do. But, man. And they did the chili on a hot dog that's, like, a sauce practically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like sludge.
I hate hot dogs.
Good.
Me and Josh are going through an interesting period where he is learning all the foods I hate.
Oh, boy.
And it's just shattering his soul every time I give him a new food I hate.
Buddy.
Like mayo, hot dogs, pickles, all stuff that he loves. And I'm like,
does he like ketchup?
I hate that. I don't know. Yes, he does like ketchup.
Ugh.
I picked it up for him the other day. He was making something.
God.
But, yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that he loves that I hate. And I have to be like, nope. Hate that. Hate pickles. The smell of hot dogs, like my uvula is pulsing.
My uvula. That's so funny, Jigs.
Yeah, but you should go there to Wonder Wiener and to Empanada place.
Yeah, I really hope that it sort of like opens up very soon because what's it called? What happened was like a drunk driver or some bullshit. I can only assume that it's a drunk driver because how the fuck did you hit the stand? But somebody drove through the fucking hot dog stand, hitting the owner.
Oh my god.
He's fine now, but that's one of the reasons they had to close.
Yeah.
Was not only did they lose their stand, but the fucking owner had to go to the hospital and like get rehabilitated and stuff. And
I'd want to put like a concrete cinder block fence around it after that. Like I'd have
Target,
such PTSD.
have those giant concrete blocks.
Yes.
Insane.
Yes. Well, that's a good one. It's a good thing to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And then I just put the Chegg because every spring, summer, fall, as long as it's open, I just like going to the Chegg once in a while. Going to LBI. There's a bunch of food places in LBI that I really fuck with. So just going to the Chegg would be really nice at some point. Yeah.
Good.
All right. What's my number 4?
My number 3 is swimming.
Swimming, really?
I love swimming so much. I am so excited to swim. I remember a time in Hawaii when we were waiting for Kara, Alyssa's sister, to be done with her surfing lesson. And we kind of just like went off to the side where it was next to, I don't know what you call a jetty, maybe? The thing that shoots out and it's like big stones.
Yeah.
It was next to that, so there were no waves, and the water was crystal clear, and it was such a perfect temperature, and I was just like doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
I do know.
It was so nice, and I was so relaxed, and at one point Alyssa was like, all right, maybe we should go back, and I remember wanting to be like, never. I never want to leave. I am so at peace in this calm, clear water that is so warm, and there was a perfect temperature outside, and I just love swimming so much.
Yeah.
Especially when there's no, like, lots of strangers around. Because sometimes, like, I want to go to the hotel pool, but if there's too many strangers there, like, I won't have fun. Like, because then you're just lingering in your corner of the pool, just, like, still.
And, like, kind of people watching. And, like,
yeah. But I love it. I love
every once in a while, like a random child splashes you, and you're like, okay, what do I do here?
Yes. But I am so excited to swim. My hotel has like a very large outdoor pool area that's like very tropical-esque, and I'm right on the ocean. So I'm right by a place called Golden Beach Swimming Reserve, which from what I gathered from Google is just a little swimming area for like families.
Yeah.
So I'm within walking distance of that, so I'm very stoked. I hope I don't see any scary animals like deadly jellyfish or sharks. So I will swim where the families are swimming. And I will spend lots of time in the hotel pool. It's a heated pool too, so even though it's supposed to be like 70 to 75 the whole time I'm there, like, which is a little bit on the cooler side for swimming, but the pool's heated, so I'm gonna be in there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll be in there.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, got it.
And I'm hoping that stuff won't be super crowded, like swimming on the beach and stuff, because Australia is transitioning into fall.
You never know.
So, I know, we'll see.
I don't think they really experience, like, winter.
I think they do. The Irwins post photos in their winter where they're in winter jackets.
Yeah, but that might be, like, Florida people wearing winter jackets because they're, like,
50 degrees.
I know. But still, 50s, you're not swimming at the beach.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Unless you're in, like, a wetsuit.
True.
Which I won't be.
Dude, I want to get a wetsuit, though.
Oh, it's...
I don't know why.
I will tell you that going to the store where you buy the wetsuit and you try on the wetsuits is...
It's a little traumatizing.
It's the most humbling experience you'll ever experience.
Yeah, they're tight. They're known for being tight.
The sweat that poured down the back of my neck and my temple trying to pull on this wetsuit.
Yeah.
In the teeny tiny dressing room that's only separating you from the store guy with a little curtain. Horrendous. Yeah. What a horrible experience that was. And I was with 2 friends. So they were just like waiting for me as I'm fighting for my life, trying to pull this second skin on over my skin.
Oh, God.
And then having to peel it back off. And I'm like, I'm so pink and red all over at that point. Just pooling sweat. Just like a...
Yeah.
Horrible.
No, I get it.
So bad.
Our whole family doesn't do well with wetsuits. Dad had to cut the sleeves on his because he couldn't get his fucking biceps through.
And as a family, we're ruddy. So.
Oh God, are we ruddy?
Yeah. So we fight for our lives with that too.
You and Dad are more ruddy than I am. For some reason, I didn't really get that trait as much.
When you drink, you get ruddy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I borderline break out.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
In college, they called that
Dad,
Asian glow, and I don't know where that stands on the spectrum of like, is that cool to say?
I've seen
you know
some
what
Asians
I mean?
talk about Asian glow.
Oh, and they can.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though.
Oh, fair.
Can I? So I don't. Yeah,
no,
but
me and Daddy at rest are ruddy.
Yeah. No, I know.
But yeah, so swimming is my number 3.
That's awesome.
I'm so stoked. I'm going to spend so much time swimming.
Okay. Yeah. Sick. My number 3 is so it is like my next 2 are similar. I could have combined them all into one thing. Mm-hmm. I'm separating them based on like I don't know, one main aspect, I guess, but my number 3 is camping and hiking.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like nature, kind of more specifically in the woods and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just going for like little nature walks or something like that. Like I'm not necessarily talking about like through hiking where you're like, I'm going on the Appalachian Trail or I'm taking the PCT. It's like, no. I don't think so. No. Did you ever see that movie with Reese Witherspoon where she does the PCT?
No. Based on a book, Wild?
Yes.
No.
I have the audiobook for Wild. I listened to it.
Oh, okay.
So I saw the movie and I really liked it. So then I did the book.
Nice.
And it was
you
dope.
liked it?
Yeah, it was really good. I
love that.
I really enjoyed the book. The movie was also good. It's nothing. Not that I have anything super against Reese Witherspoon. I mean, that whole the time she got pulled over for like I think it was drunk driving.
That video is so hard to watch.
Bad.
Oh my god, it's so cringy.
But in terms of like her as an actress, I don't have a ton of things against her. But I also like. I'm sorry, like I recognize that Legally Blonde is awesome and everything like that. But other than that, Sweet Home Alabama has a couple of good parts, I guess. Wild shows how fucking good she can be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when somebody does like cheesy rom-coms or like silly little movies.
Yeah.
It's so hard to take like a comedy and be like, wow, man, there's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell is such a good actor.
Oh my god.
Man, when I watch Step Brothers, no.
Oh,
But then when you watch like something like wild, you're like, wait a minute. And not that Reese Witherspoon is necessarily like a comedic actor, but for some reason that movie really made me be like,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you fucking did.
I'm sorry.
It really made me be like, holy shit, she is so good. But yeah, so camping and hiking, I will talk slightly more, but it feels like you have something you really want to say.
Well, you just reminded me by talking about Will Ferrell. I told Josh that what I want for my birthday is us to have a movie marathon, because I need him to see my 2 favorite movies, and then I guess we can watch his 2 favorite movies, but I just, so for me, we're watching Mystic Pizza and Ponyo.
Oh.
2 movies that define my personality.
Yeah.
He chose his favorite movie, which is Fight Club.
Dude, this is weird.
I know.
That's weird. That's really funny.
I know.
Okay.
And the other movie he wants to watch is either Step Brothers or some other Will Ferrell movie. Maybe Talladega Nights.
Okay.
And I told him that I have a distaste for Will Ferrell, but because I brought this idea up, I will sit through whatever Will Ferrell movie he puts on. But when he told me Fight Club, man. I was so shook. I was like,
What?
But I had to tell you.
That's really funny. So, camping and hiking. Sometimes I really just love sometimes going into nature and just like walking around and like maybe having headphones in and like listening to some really cool music.
Yeah.
And then I love camping. I'm like somewhere in between. Like I love going camping and like sleeping in a tent, but also I would love for there to be like actual bathrooms for me to poop in. Mm-hmm. And like if it had showers, fucking even better. I will never do the cabin thing. If I can help it.
Okay.
I don't want to do that. That doesn't feel like camping to me. But and then like one day I want to do like a legit fucking hiking camping trip that's combined. Where you're going hiking, you have your tent and everything you need on your back and you're going through.
Travel camping is how I think of that in my head, where like you camp, you travel, camp, travel, camp.
Yes, exactly like that.
Like that?
Yeah, and then you add in my next one into the mix, and now now it's a party. You know what I mean? But we'll get to that in a moment. So that's my number 3 is camping and hiking.
Okay. I
want to fucking look at birds. I want to like maybe take a gummy. Like really like just get into it and just become one with nature in that sense.
Sorry, I am texting our mom about dinner.
That's totally fine.
I want garlic knots.
Yeah, I had texted her already because I looked at the clock and it's my what I was going to make, gang listeners, while Raven's finishing up this text. I was going to make Nigerian chicken stew. Mm-hmm. So you like brown the chicken thighs, make sure they're real brown, so high heat on the outside and stuff like that, a little bit of oil. And you're going to set those aside, and then you're going to caramelize some onions. But then the other half of the onion, a couple tomatoes, as much of a habanero pepper as you can handle, which for my fucking family means like a whisper of it.
Yes.
I'll like take the stem and put it in the blender. The rest of the onion, tomatoes, a red bell pepper, and whatever, right? And a bunch of seasonings like curry powder and a bunch of different things. Put that in a blender, blend that up into a sauce, put that in with the caramelized onions, put the chicken back in, that roasts for about a half hour. Boom, you got Nigerian chicken stew. Based on a recipe that I found on Pinterest, so please excuse the potential appropriation with these recipes. It's Pinterest, guys. Bear with me.
Oh, I love it.
And it's not like I'm making money off of posting any of this. I'm just having fun with my family, eating interesting things. And then I was going to make, again, I found on Pinterest. It was on Pinterest. They called it Nigerian coconut rice. Mm-hmm. So it's just rice with coconut milk. Like you're using coconut milk instead of water, really. For the rice to soak up. And then it just has a bunch of vegetables in it. And then I made, again, I found on Pinterest, a West African lime cake.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew. That's a lime cake, baby. We'll see how that is. We could have a piece tonight, although I'm kind of bummed that
I know.
supposed to all go together. But whatever.
Timing is hard.
It's super hard, man.
I know.
Naruto got me.
It's Naruto's fault.
It's Naruto.
No.
When you say Naruto,
No.
like when you're. Let me write that down.
Oh my god! I just got dizzy.
You got lightheaded from laughing.
Okay.
Wow.
So.
Good. So yeah, camping and hiking.
Okay.
Go number 2.
My number 2 is a new culture.
Oh.
So I'm really excited. I know next to nothing about Aboriginal Australians, local
True.
Australians.
Yeah.
Australian culture, I really know nothing. Like,
right.
I couldn't tell you anything about. Oh my god, excuse me.
No, take your time.
Australian history.
Yeah.
Other than vague whisperings of it being like a penal colony, like I know nothing. If I can find like a museum or like a cultural gallery or something, I'm definitely gonna go because
19 Crimes.
I know
the wine is named
nothing.
after that.
Yeah. So
Also, you've heard of the Emu War, the Great Emu War.
Yes.
Have you actually though?
Yes.
Wait, are you serious? I can't tell if you're
No.
if you're fucking around. No, you have not heard of it?
Is that real?
Yes.
Are you lying?
No, the Australian military battled against emus and lost. You know how Shane does puppet history?
Yes.
It's one of the episodes. That's where I learned about it. Go check our friends over at Watcher.
A nuisance
YouTube.
wildlife management military operation undertaken in 1932.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See, I don't know anything, so I would like to go somewhere to learn.
Yeah.
Also, the restaurant I made a reservation at was described as modern Australian cuisine.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Which was like, what is Australian cuisine even? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, my understanding is that they do a lot of grilling and like not barbecue like Southern American barbecue that we think of, but like they do a lot of grilling, and then like meat is big, like red meat kind of, and then obviously they have all kinds of fish that are big.
Yeah, like a lot of this is like there's calamari, scallops, prawns.
Very cool, very cool.
Crocodile,
Prawns
which I
freak me
definitely
out,
want to try.
Prawns freak me out. Sounds
Barramundi is on a lot of these.
Barramundi.
Oysters.
Oysters, no thanks. Goose poop. Looks like goose poop. No thanks.
I really think I'm going to be brave and try the kangaroo loin. Seared kangaroo loin. I don't know what smashed kipfler is. I bought this attached keyboard, and I don't know how to make it work. So,
probably
kipfler is potatoes. Kipfler potatoes.
Oh yeah, smashed.
So smashed potatoes, parsnip, artichoke, blueberry jam, jus.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I will probably get that because I really do want to be brave.
Awesome. I love a parsnip.
And I'm gonna try the southern fried crocodile because brave.
Be brave. Like my mother.
Dessert. I am probably gonna get the poached pear or the grilled pineapple because brave. Because Australia. And then the cocktails, really quick.
Ooh, child.
They have a pink martini. Pink gin, Cointreau, cranberry. They also have something called an Italian stallion. Galliano.
It's almost my name.
Banana liqueur, cream. Yeah. So I'll be having lots of cocktails.
Yeah.
Very excited. I'm also going to what I saw described online as Australia's largest outdoor market called the Umundi Markets.
Oh, yeah, you were talking to Dad about that today.
They have 203 vendors.
That's a lot of vendors.
It ranges from like local artists, like jewelry makers, bakers. There's a booth called Australian Cutting Boards.
Wow.
It's just cutting boards. There's a bagel place, coffee places. Boulder Opal Mines, Australia. Opal. You can just buy opal.
That's my birthstone.
Look at that. There's ice cream, clothes. There's just like, there's flowers. So it's just like a bunch of like local businesses
and artisans.
And I'm really stoked. I'm going to keep my eye out for some art.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I want to buy some like local art.
Cool stuff.
There's a place called, sorry, can you just read the name of this business?
Doo French grapes. It's DOU spelled twice. So probably not doo-doo, but I want to believe that that's it. I'll have one doo-doo, s'il vous plaît.
But there's local honey. Like, it just, I'm gonna go crazy on this day.
Yeah, you should also, I mean, I'm gonna depending on what you're...
I'm gonna try to set a budget.
No, I wasn't even gonna say that. You gotta look at customs and stuff too. Like,
like what I can bring
honey?
back.
Like, can you get honey? You know what I mean?
Know.
Like, I don't know. I've never traveled international, so.
There's a candle place called First Flame. Like, there's a fairy floss place.
I hate cotton candy.
I love cotton candy.
I hate cotton candy.
Oh my God.
It's a lie. It's a lie built on nothing.
There's a place.
Be candy or be air.
There's a place where the logo is a corgi, and it's called Floofy Patisserie.
Floofy Patisserie.
Like, I'm just so stoked. I'm gonna spend all day at this marketplace. That it's open. I think it's only open like 7 to 2, but I'll be there 7 to 2.
That's good.
So I'm just excited to go to a new culture.
And experience,
learn, explore.
Interesting stuff. I mean, that's the point of traveling.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
You know?
So.
That's why it's so funny when Michael Scott talks about going to New York City. Not that New York City is like culture. It does have a shit ton of culture, actually. But anyway, Michael Scott talks about going to New York City and his favorite pizza is from Sbarro.
Oh, yes.
That's a peak joke because, like,
yeah,
people who have never been to New York in their life but know what a Sbarro is going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the point of the joke. So, that would be my whole thing. I mean, my travels would be so dictated by food.
Yeah.
Like, that was where I would spend most of my money and time, probably. But anyway, cool. So, my number 2 very much ties in with the last one. The biggest difference is water. So, kayaking, going to the beach in the morning specifically, because we live on the Jersey Shore. Today was evident of it now that it's Memorial Day. By the way, happy Memorial Day, guys. But also, fuck tourists. I hate crowds, especially on the beach where I feel my most vulnerable. I don't want crowds. I don't want anyone to be there. I don't want no one look at me. So I want to get a beach badge and do the morning beach thing every once in a while, you know? I like going with as minimal stuff as possible. I want to go with as few people as possible because some people like doing a beach day. Not me, baby. I want to have the freedom to leave when I want to, which is probably going to be like 2 hours after I get there. You know what I mean?
It's nice to do stuff by yourself because you can go.
Yeah, for sure.
And leave whenever you want.
Exactly. Or at the very least, having somebody who's like-minded.
Yes.
Like going in with it. Like if you and I went and we went in with the game plan of like, cool, we're going to leave here at 8.
Yeah.
And then try and get back here at like 10:30, 11. And then the thing I really want to do, and it's like on my like summer bucket list kind of thing, I want to do that exact thing. Go early in the morning, bring nothing but like a bottle of water, my phone and headphones, a blanket, towel kind of thing, and maybe like one snack. Lay out for a little bit, take a little dip if the water's not too cold, because I'm such a scaredy cat when it comes to cold water. I hate it. And then I want to get covered in sand so that everyone who runs into me for the entire rest of the day will be like, he went to the beach. Then I want to go to Surf Taco in Seaside and eat a Buffalo Soldier with no pico and lots of their hot salsa, even though their chips are mid at best.
I got Surf Taco delivered to my job the other day, and their chips were less than mid, I thought.
Yeah, no, they're not good. Their chips suck, honestly. I was trying to be nice in case they're listening.
the chicken Crunchwrap Supreme thing that I got was good. Was very good. But the chips were a huge
They
letdown.
suck.
Yeah.
They're too thick. They have too little salt.
Yeah.
They're not good. They're not good, which is such a bummer because their sauces are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And everything else is good.
Yeah.
Not good. Anyway.
All right.
That's the thing. And then kayaking is on this watery list. So that's the one that would have tied in with my number 3. Mm-hmm. That is the ultimate experience for me. Yeah. Like in a perfect world is like kayaking, hiking, camping. Mm-hmm. Maybe less hiking because the kayak is my hike, so to speak. But being able to sort of camp on the side of a river or some shit like that would be so dope. And then finally, crabbing. Another water activity.
Where did we used to go when we were younger? And like
Berkeley Island.
Is that where we went? And it was like it was not that crowded. And like I know Mommy would bring like camping chairs.
Yep.
And we would like walk down
and
the
raw chicken.
Little pier. Yeah, and raw chicken, and we would throw the crab traps.
Sorry, I'm just making sure she's not like finding cat food.
Yeah, that was super fun. I love crabbing.
Yeah. Crabbing is so much fun.
Getting a crab in your thing is like euphoria. Like when you pull it up and you see a crab.
Yeah, because we're a family who we do the lines.
Yeah.
It takes more skill, more patience. It's a little bit more finesse. We always have like a trap or two set out.
Oh, yeah.
But mainly we do the lines. That's I like Oh, I remember laying on my stomach.
Good enough. Yeah.
So slow with it. And then like whispering to people because you thought it would scare away the crab and being like, guys, get the net. I got one.
I want to do that when I come back. I think that'd be a good thing to go do like the first time I bring Josh over. Like if we all went crabbing.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be certainly fun. Yeah. That'd be fun.
I'll buy all the crab stuff.
Whatever.
Be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get some raw chicken.
Hey! Who are you?
Not the cat. I'll tell you that much.
Get out of here.
Olive, you can't eat Jessica's food. That is a no-go, as they say.
Sorry, I just had to block.
She is such a terrorist.
Terrorist dog. Okay. Are you ready for my number 1?
I am ready for your number 1. I think I know what it is.
Australia Zoo.
Yep.
I have dreamed of Australia Zoo almost for as long as I've dreamed of going to the big house where Zaboomafoo and the Crab Brothers are.
Yeah.
I have watched The Crocodile Hunter for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I love Steve Irwin so much. When I think about him being dead for too long, I feel like I'm going to cry.
It's so sad.
It's so sad. He had an offshoot of The Crocodile Hunter called Croc Files. Yep. I watched that too. I am obsessed with them. They went to Disney once when I was there. I was off that day, so I didn't get to meet them. I was absolutely devastated. I am just so excited for the zoo. I want to go to the Crocoseum. I want them to be feeding the crocodiles when I'm there.
Wow.
I just am so excited. This is just something. This is like a bucket list item for me.
Yeah.
Like.
For sure.
Like, must do before I die. This is a huge one.
Yeah, and it's one of the biggest zoos in the world.
Yeah.
It's up there.
I am so stoked.
That's awesome.
I'm going to spend all day there.
Sick. Yeah.
I'm going to, go so slow through all the exhibits.
Take your time.
I'm going to wear the perfect outfit.
That is both comfortable, practical, and cute.
Yes. Because, recently we took our mom to the Philadelphia Zoo. Mm-hmm. I did not wear the perfect outfit. By the end of the day, I was grumpy. My legs were chafing. My feet were covered in mud because I was wearing sandals.
Oh, you fool.
And it was drizzling all day, which would have been fine if I was in the correct outfit.
Right.
And so I am going to wear the perfect outfit where I'm going to be comfortable. I'm going to wear sneakers. I think I'm going to wear a long pants romper so that I'm not pulling pants up all day.
Okay.
I am going to bring a light jacket, my lightest jacket.
Yes.
In case it is cold.
Yep.
It also, I already tested it, fits around my waist.
Yeah.
So I don't have to
carry it. Perfect. Comfy shoes.
Sneakers, yep.
Yeah.
I am so prepared.
Good.
Because I'm going to be there all day.
Yeah. You got it.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's going to be dope for you. That's going to be so good.
This is a dream for me. So I am just beyond. That's my number one.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Steve Irwin and your family, I'm coming for you.
So my number one is a little selfish and self-indulgent for me to even put it on this list, but also it is genuinely one of my biggest goals as of late in terms of like not just my life, but I suppose our lives. So pretty much what had happened was I recently went onto our subscription feed for the company that we do a lot of our podcasting through, sort of, is called Podbean. Podbean.com. With their service, I pay a certain amount of money per year, and it allows me to post a podcast once, and it just instantly shoots out. I also signed us up for like 5 other podcast sites that are less known, but just to have it out there, because it's like I went onto a couple of them, and it's like, yeah, we have 2 million users, and it's like, why the fuck not?
Yeah,
it's part of it, you know, like it's not, it takes me 0 extra work. Why not do it?
Yeah.
So the subscription had to renew, and the last time I did it, I had my old debit card, and so I have a new debit card now, so I just had to change the card.
Okay.
But doing that kind of just made me realize, like, we've been doing this for over a year, and something I'm looking forward to is improving the Hessy Maven podcast / brand to just be better and better all the time.
Yeah.
To continue with our episodes, our weekly episodes, to expand to different ideas, whether it's maybe we do a couple videos where we're playing video games and we're having fun doing that. Maybe there's videos where we're not in the house even and we're outside and figuring out how the logistically would work.
Yeah.
Getting different camera equipment, getting a desktop computer to improve editing on all fronts. So just continuing to invest time, energy, and unfortunately money into Hessy and Maven in order to take this thing that is truly fun and rewarding on its own, but try and actually make it towards something that is a feasible income source, while still having fun with it and everything. Like, that needs to be the number one thing, is that we're having a good time doing it. But why the face? Feasible. Shut up. I already corrected myself. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the future of Hessy and Maven and just seeing kind of where we can go with it and how far we can get. And who knows, maybe one day we'll have other podcasts underneath us. We'll have a Patreon where you can pay a very small monthly subscription, anything from $1 to $5 to $10 a month, and get all this crazy bonus content, doing the bonus content, making it so that Raven doesn't have to deal with old people at the pharmacy, and we could just podcast and have so much fun and do other stuff like that. I just think that's the goal, right? That's like why we're doing this. That's why I don't know. So yeah, just the future. I'm looking forward to seeing where this can go. That's, you know, I have the more that I'm learning about it, both the industry and our successes and analytics and stuff like that, and trying to figure out where to go next and what goals to look for next, and maybe where we need to put energy on and stuff like that. And I know, so yeah, just figuring all that stuff out.
Very good.
I'm looking forward to it.
In that vein, Jesse has been posting on TikTok.
Yeah, back on TikTok.
Yeah.
We're back on TikTok. I do post them on Instagram also. So if for some reason you're like, I don't know, fucking are living in Minnesota or with that one state that banned it, that's definitely going to get proved unconstitutional, but whatever. You can still listen to us. At Montana? It was it started with an M. Minnesota doesn't sound right though.
So
I think it was Montana. They banned TikTok.
Oh.
Fucking dumb. But whatever. TikTok sued them already, so now it's going to go to the courts and stuff. But it's the dumbest thing. It's an abuse of First Amendment rights, first of all. But anyway.
Tony's here.
Oh, fantastic. I also have had to pee for the last 30 minutes, and I've been freaking out, which is why my description of the number one on my list was so fast, because when I have to pee, I talk very fast. Awesome. So, hey, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Hessy and Maven. Please wait before I get into the actual outro. So it's the little @ symbol, Hessy and Maven, one word. That's where you're going to find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So lots of different socials. If you go on our Instagram, that's probably one of the best places to go. Yeah. Because in our bio, there's a link. And it's what's called a link tree. Some people are familiar, some people maybe not. You click on that, it opens up a page that has every link that you need. It'll say YouTube, and you can click on that, go to the YouTube. It says TikTok, you can go to that, go to the TikTok. So easy. Yeah. It has our email address on there, everything you need in order to stay in touch and stay up to date with anything that Hessy and Maven are doing. So definitely check that shit out. That being said, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Hessy and Maven. Please tune in next time where we talk about something else.
Bye.
Bye.